Hi, this is Dale Buchanan, the host of Puppy Talk Podcast. Before we get started today, I wanted to let you know of my new book, The Complete Puppy Training Manual. It's available on Amazon in 4 formats: Kindle ebook, paperback, hardcover, and audiobook. You can find it on Amazon right now. It's called The Complete Puppy Training Manual, and I will put a link in the show notes of this episode. I'm Dale Buchanan, and this is Puppy Talk, the podcast that offers free advice and tips for raising a happy, healthy, and obedient puppy. For more information on this podcast, visit us online at puppytalkpodcast.com. Welcome to podcast episode number 66. I'm your host, Dale Buchanan, and today I'm going to talk about if your puppy should sleep with you or not. I recently had a client ask me if it's okay that their puppy sleeps in their bed, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit and give you my opinion. I will provide the pros and cons of your puppy sleeping with you based on my personal experience. Opinions are going to vary from one dog trainer to another and one vet to another. Take the information I provide in this episode and use what you need. In the past 15 years, I've had 2 puppies. Spalding from 2008 to 2020, and Dixie from 2020 to present. Spalding, who was a lab mix, never slept with me as a puppy in my bed. He was in a crate until he was 1 year old, and then I allowed him to sleep in my bed with me when he was an adult dog and more mature and more calm. I never had any problems with Spalding sleeping in my bed except for his shedding. He was a big, white lab mix, 75 pounds, and he shed a lot. I'm actually allergic to dogs, believe it or not, even though I'm a dog trainer, so I have to take several allergy medicines every day, and even one when I go to sleep so that I can breathe and not have asthma because I love having dogs sleep in my bed. When I got Dixie in 2020, I tried keeping her in a crate when she was very young within the first week of having her, and that didn't work out very well. She cried and barked in the crate, so I just picked her up and brought her into my bed, and she slept with me. Dixie is a very affectionate, very cuddly dog. She loves to give kisses, and to be honest, I love it too. I love having her with me when I go to bed and with me when I wake up. I know she's not getting herself in trouble by barking or crying in the crate or running around the house doing something that she shouldn't be doing, that she's right next to me and I can keep my eye on her. Dixie also sheds a lot, which means I have to do laundry twice a week because if not, I'll have severe allergies and asthma, even with the medication. Enough of the small talk. Let's get into the pros and cons of having your puppy sleep with you. I'll start with the cons. When Dixie was very young, she had a habit of chewing my sheets and my bedding while I was sleeping. She would wake up in the middle of the night and she would start chewing holes in the sheets. I would wake up in the morning and see these holes in the sheets, the comforter, and the pillowcases, and I'm wondering, where did this material go? Obviously, she swallowed it. She was anxious at night. She couldn't sleep. She didn't interrupt me, but she needed something to do with her energy, so she started chewing the bedding. This lasted for a few months, but it ended once she got all of her adult teeth in and she was done teething and she was more mature. Aside from her shedding, which I already talked about earlier, this is the only con of having Dixie sleep in my bed. Now let's talk about the pros of having your puppy or dog sleep in your bed. The first advantage is that you always know where your puppy is. By having your puppy next to you in your bed, you know that they're not getting themselves in trouble, roaming around the house doing things that they shouldn't, such as chewing on furniture or cables, or even urinating or defecating in the house. You don't want that habit to start, which is why it might be a good idea to have your puppy sleep in your bed. The second advantage to having your puppy sleep in your bed is they are not in distress in the crate and isolated in the crate while you're sleeping in your bed, which can cause some distress and anxiety in some puppies early on. You want to avoid that and eliminate that, and one way is to have the puppy sleep in your bed. You may think by having your puppy sleep in your bed with you that they get too attached to you and they don't get used to going in the crate. That never happened with Dixie. Dixie does not have separation anxiety, and when I leave the house during the day and when I can't keep my eye on her, she's always in the crate and she goes willingly and easily, and she doesn't have any issues being left alone in the crate when I'm not here. The final advantage to having your puppy sleep in your bed is it's comfortable. It's comforting. And I absolutely love having Dixie in bed with me when I go to sleep. She cuddles with me, she gives me a few kisses, and then she falls asleep and I fall asleep. And I love waking up next to her in the morning and having her give me more kisses and cuddles for about 15 to 20 minutes before I start my day. This absolutely starts my day with a positive experience and a lot of love and affection. And I don't know if I could live without a dog giving me that love and affection early in the morning and before I go to bed. It makes me feel good. It makes them feel good. And I honestly believe it's one of the reasons why Dixie is such a good social dog at 3 years old is that I've given her this love every day in the morning and every night before we go to bed. And we cherish that moment together. It's our moment together. It's our time to show each other how much we appreciate and respect each other. This is very important for our relationship. And when we are together and when we're in public, you can see how powerful our relationship is. I hope this information was helpful to you. If you have any questions about this episode or any other episode, you can reach me through my website, puppytalkpodcast.com. Have a great day. This is Dale Buchanan, host of Puppy Talk Podcast. I have an announcement of a new book that I just published called Potty Training Your Puppy. It's available on Amazon in Kindle and paperback, soon to be available on audiobook. You can find out all the details of this book using the link in the show notes. It's called Potty Training Your Puppy. It's a comprehensive book with a simple and effective way to help potty train your puppy, and it really works. Check out the link in the show notes.